Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence. I'm the Mysterious JG. When when we were doing our last video there, we had a fairly unsuccessful, you got to give him credit. Yoshitatsu Saito, the guy who was apparently your twin demon brother in Neo 2, and who killed his own dad to take over the Saito clan, he put up a pretty good fight against a numerically superior force. But that was, taking advantage of the terrain. He was able to fight Nobutatsu Ichijo's unit without the rest of the Takeda army coming to bear. But at the end of the day, the numbers, he didn't have enough force. There just wasn't, it was a noble fight he put up, but it's over. I'm trying to decide. I haven't executed any officers, but this guy killed his own dad. Shingen was ruthless, but he didn't kill his dad. He exiled him. This guy killed his dad. I really got to think about whether this might be the first guy we execute. I know that... So, the guy behind... Oh, I'm blanking on his name now. Oh, Owari Sanada. Yeah, he's explained why he doesn't like... In the comments, he's explaining why he doesn't like Ieyasu Tokugawa. I think some of the things that you were blaming on Ieyasu were more the policies of his son after he took over and after Ieyasu was dead. But I haven't gone back and researched it. It could be that I'm off base. I'm not sure why the character Owari Sanada hates the Tokugawa. That would be a more interesting backstory, especially since they're not even the Tokugawa. They were the Matsudaira before we took them over. But no, I don't think Ieyasu, he seems like a really talented guy, did anything that would cause Shingen to put him to death. But Yoshitatsu, man, I don't know. He'll be willing to serve us, though. He's got good stats. I think I'm just going to go with my regular thing of, yeah, if they weren't a sworn enemy of our leader, we take them in, because that's just the JG way. But it's tempting with him. He put up a good fight, and you would think if he refused to join that it would be good to execute him because of what he did to his dad. But he won't refuse to join. So it would be a matter of executing him before even asking him to join. And I think Shingen would see his ruthlessness as being a tool that could be used. But again, on a personal level, I could see Shingen wanting to put this guy down. Because as scheming as Shingen is, he did not put his own father to death. He just exiled him. Now, if he could have put his father to death, would he? The situation was different. His father returned home from a trip to find that Shingen had taken over the army, but arresting it probably, if he wanted to kill his dad, that might have been a step too far for the officers who joined him in his coup. But I feel like Shingen probably wouldn't find Yoshitatsu Saito to be a particularly likable guy that he would get along with personally, but he does seem like he's a talented enough guy that it'd be worth keeping him around. Anyway, this is going to be it. They have nothing. I don't believe they... I'm determined to make this last 1 billion years. I don't think they have... No, they don't have a Bailey. So even if they had troops, which they really don't, they can't... The only thing that saves this castle is if one of their neighbors comes to save them, and it looks like these assholes are not. They're just parking there to try to protect their castle, which ain't going to work. Now they're making it so I can't leave without fighting them, so I might as well take out their castle on the way. Canals have been constructed. Trains travel to Toronto.
Playtime's over.
Oh man, you're stealing that. You're stealing the line of another officer there, Lethal. Playtime's over for undisclosed reasons. To gain the agility trait and the reckless trait. Saito clan was limited by Takeda clan on Feb 1565.
Enemy officer apprehended.
So it's going to be Toriyama Rosario, since he's the one who got to chat with us. He's probably the one who has all the prisoners, 28 prisoners. So we can take a crack at attacking one or both of these castles, But we most assuredly do not want to let Toriyama Rosaru's unit get defeated because we'll lose all those officers.
Understood.
Leave it to me.
So we'll try this and see what happens. And they are just parking at these junctures to try to stop us from advancing. So that's... Like, I get that. I'm not gonna go hostile with them over that situation. There's nothing else for us to do, I guess, other than just let the turn advance. Can check in on our friends. Looks like the Uesugi did manage to hold that castle. The Hojo can take it. I guess they just didn't... Because the Uesugi were marching all these troops right by me, and I was letting them go. Because I didn't have enough... I didn't really want to try to stop them, because I had just exhausted my push here to take these castles. Alright. So we'll need to put some people in charge here. Probably, to some extent, they will be the officers who were ruling the place before. Alright. You got a 11-1 advantage, Natsuki Sasaki. I think you should be able to win this one. You got Lita's grandma backing you up.
Let's advance.
What I need to do, though, when this battle is over, is check how much food she's got. Did they get refilled by taking that city? They should have.
Follow my lead.
Snipe. Momentarily greatly... Okay, that's what I was hoping. That I would have some kind of good ranged attack. But I don't have to waste a lot of troops fighting here. Because I'm less of a speed crunch than I am a, like, let's not waste troops crunch. The Maiden Warrior has just become temporarily invincible. I don't know what that would mean in this situation. Yeah, I don't think that release really helped you too much. It seems like you didn't have enough manpower to actually have that be effective. I learned to be a master fortifier by defeating a small unit in ranged combat. That makes sense. Why would she have 114 days and him have 116 if their units got their food supply restocked at the exact same time? I don't really get that. Motomitsu Yusa has fallen in battle, so I guess that was the... I didn't... Well, I guess that sharpshoot skill really was like, let's... Oh no, it was Snipe! She used a skill called Snipe, and somebody else used a skill called Invincible. Maybe, it seems like perhaps Natsuko Sasaki, like, personally just, like, lined up a sniper shot with a long-range bow and shot that officer through the heart. Otherwise, looks like Chiyomi Mochizuki just became invincible, wandered into his camp, and cut his throat. But that's one officer we won't be getting from that clan. Remember that name, Motomitsu Yusa. I'd have to load an earlier state to read about who he is, but he died for his clan. It's nothing more honorable in Bushido than that. Other than maybe killing someone else for your clan. Oh god, I'm trying to remember the patent speech, and I'm going to get it all wrong. It's like... You don't win a war by... No dumb bastard ever won a war by dubbing for his company. You won it by making the other dumb bastard die for his company. General Timothy Van Patten. I've regained the diplomat trait. I hope to use it to someday expel you from the country and take over, Father. Father?
Orders.
Yes, daughter. I want to kill you.
Here's last month's balance.
So he's still making a little more than we're spending, as long as I can, like, hold back on spending every dime every turn. Well, no, that's not true. I sold food. I can't give myself credit for that. I sold food that turn. Mine port income's doing pretty good, though.
Reporting in.
We received a gift of horses from our supporting tribes. Takahiro Katajo has had a change of heart. Be careful if you wish to continue conspiring. Oh no, yeah, that's the guy we were conspiring with. I thought I'd cut that off, but it means he's reset to his normal loyalty. We'd have to like start conspiring and spending gold again. One or more enemy castles have been scouted. We've appeased tribes. And Kurenai Takeda is growing in power and is one day going to expel Shingen from the country. For sure. Alright, well, we don't want to forget that we have a new castle with no officers in it, but I did want to... I want to do something now. I can't remember what it was. Oh, check which castles have been scouted. So we now know that there's less than 1,000 troops in Nike Castle and 2,000 hit points. But, yeah, they said one or more castles have been scouted. But in fact, as I suspected, there were no castles close enough. Even though Elman dreaded the Avatar, I think is who we sent. And she has a high enough intel stat to get more than one castle in a trip. There's nothing near Nike Castle. Like, it wouldn't make sense for her to get Inuyama Castle details from that far away. But we now have precise troop counts for this castle. Don't know how long they'll last. Gujo Hachiman. Now, the next time we attack, it's probably going to be... I'm sure I'll march on Nike Castle, but it'll be like... The real next push will be like big armies coming out of Sunpu Palace, and probably, even though it costs so much food, but having like the big army march out of Tatsugasaki Palace and Sunpu Palace, and have them be the initial push, and have all these cities with like 2,000 and 3,000 troops keep their troops in their castles to guard against counterattacks, and be able to reinforce as needed. Like, that's the strat. It takes a ton of food, but you're in a much more likely to gain anything than if I was like, let's get these cities with 2,000 or so troops each to just march because they're close. That just turns into a meat grinder where nobody comes out with an advantage. All right. Well, we don't have the Saito officers to play with yet, of course. I should have realized that. Not till Lethal gets back to base. So we're going to want to find the least loyal person who's not already a lord. And all the people who are lords are already at Orange. All the people who are already at Orange loyalty are also already lords. So there's that. You are at Koyama Castle and are not the overseer. That is odd, because you have really high poll score. That is probably an error, unless I was using you to build facilities. Now, Griffith's just kind of hanging out at a castle where there's not a whole lot going on right now. Or he might have been building roads, actually. Oh, that's nice. I don't have to assign him to do anything to make him an overseer. I always felt like you had to assign a specific task in order for the overseer change to stick, but it does not look like that's the case. Unless I come down here... Nope, it did. Cool. Alright, well, let's get somebody to take over this castle. Try to find someplace with multiple officers with high poll. Yeah, this place doesn't really need... it's got people with polls in the high 60s. It doesn't really need someone with poll with it in the 70s as well. It's a really good overall officer, actually. And they're not shabby. Well, somebody has to be the lord of this castle. Hold on, I just need to get a look at their officers. Nobutada Sanada. That's a thought. I could put Bronco in charge of a castle, but his loyalty's already 20. It'd be kind of fun for me, but it would be wasted. Although maybe I'll move... I was thinking we want Bronco up here somewhere else so we can get a chance to march. I don't know how soon that city is going to be ready to march in anybody, though. No, let's not do that. Let's move... I already got a lot of really good officers here. Let's not move Almendretta. Because we need somebody with good pull down here. Oh. How about you? You. And then I'll move... We're moving awfully far away from the family, but we'll move Vulture Bronco down there and see if we can build up a nice army for him to lead. So you're moving away from the family, Bronco. You're leaving the nest early. But Hamamatsu Castle's got a nice big troop count for you. I'm even going to manually direct Ieyasu to work on crops so that you're hold on a second. The residence, the large gate, the annex, and I'm not building a double annex because I want them to have a facility eventually. Slightly increase the attack power of units with horses from the space. Slightly attack the units. We will build a, what we'll do is we'll build a sally port here. And that way, because we will be marching troops out of there, we will be using horses. And we might as well if it gives them a little boost. And they will have one spot left for a facility if they ever develop sufficiently. Now we can get to making sure that we build up all these little facilities that are available to us. This is going to end up being crops. So we should be tea house, suitable for crafts. Nope! No, not doing that. Let's have Mazuyuki become the new overseer. Build it because somebody else should be the overseer, actually. So you're tearing down that tea house because we don't want innovation. We want good old fat... Like, tea is apparently too newfangled for the Takeda. They prefer coffee. Which is far newer to Japan than tea. Alright, Castle Fair. Makes districts more suitable for crops. Trader. Also makes adjacent districts suitable for conscripts and crafts. Don't get to build that one too often. It will increase conscripts, so I'm going for it. Okay. Residence, large gate, enclosure. Yeah, I kind of went all out up here. But I think it could be a good idea to do the same thing here. So again, they're far away from the front lines, but they can be damn useful when it comes time to deal with the Takeda. I mean, Not the Takeda, damn. The Uesugi. But I should probably be concentrating on the castles that are going to be needed for war earlier. Sakabora wouldn't be a terrible... Well, it doesn't have much economic possibility. I should probably be concentrating on these castles down here. So we got an enclosure, a residence. Yeah, we got the population growth stuff over here. I guess I was thinking I could do a double annex here, and then still have room for a castle facility. So that'll make this place grow really fast. We'll have a massive population or hit count too, but I'm not expecting this place to ever get attacked. It's only giving it 10 more, but I want to come back to that. Let's do. Let's see if we can get some road work going that'll benefit multiple cities, or just one. That was Okazaki, right? It's already got all the road work it needs. Lita Castle probably can't do road work because there's enemy units nearby. Aha, okay. You'll be at this for a while, but I think it's a good idea. And did I leave myself enough gold to cash in all of my labor? Yes, without a whole lot to spare. And it looks like switching Grimmeth over to be the overseer of whatever city he's in made no difference because he's not doing an overseer turn anyway. Oh well. Alright. Keep... Well, no, hold on. Tiny bit of gold left. I could keep working on some of these tribes. That's probably good enough. So I'm less than 1,000 gold. I can cool it on that. Let's show them our skills. Take them all out. Saionji clan was landed by Kono clan.
The enemy is heading for our territory.
Oh, they're marching against Iwamura Castle, eh? We may have had a change of plans. Okay, not going to be selling any food anytime soon. I kind of want to wait a turn and let Vulture Bronco show up down here. Well, okay. Now I can say I was provoked. The Oda are marching against us. And you guys just got a life extension.
Leave it to me.
Because I'm pulling you back. We won't be attacking that clan. We will be pulling them back to help fight off the Oda.
Finally, some action. We march.
Keeping an eye on that food there.
Show them how we do battle.
Vulture Bronco's on his way to Okazaki Castle, right? Burns with loyalty, bearing eyes with no hint of defiance, will perform far above abilities. On-duty transfer. Yeah, I don't know if I can see where he's going, but I think he was... I think I remember we sent him to Okazaki Castle, so... I think we can march out of, here with Elman, Dread of the Avatar.
Let's march.
Oh, Zerfina Baldo's leading this rather than, yeah, we got the Baldo clan, are gonna go on the march here.
Let us show them how we do battle.
So we'll take some losses, hopefully not officers, just troop counts, but, we can throw up some units here to kind of get in their way. Maybe attack Suamori Castle, do a castle trade. There's nobody else who can help with this? We're just sending Senehime on her own? Yeah, she's got 80 leadership. What the hell? $68.74. $68.74. I feel like they're like somebody with... I don't get it. Okay, well, I'm going to get better overall stats with... I don't get it. Maybe I'll just, like, follow their lead then, and Junkai's not adding anything, but...
I'll show you how we do battle.
I'll hold off. I still want to launch my big attack later. I mean, I feel like I could do the same as we did with the Uesugi. Throw everything at them now. But... I don't want to run out of food. Because I certainly hadn't saved up enough money. What would happen to my food if I marched out the biggest possible...
We march.
Yeah, it'd be a fuck ton. So we won't do that. We'll have Vulture Bronco march out of Okazaki Castle when he arrives. That should be enough to disrupt the attack, maybe even take a city. But I'm still going to fall back on my plan of getting this year's harvest before, like, fully mobilizing, because that's going to involve marching Shingen out of Tsuchigasaki Palace, and, well, maybe that's where I should have set Bronco. To Sunpu Palace. Could have let a huge unit out of there. But he's much closer to the front line with a pretty damn good army behind him at Okazaki Castle. See, some of these troops that came forward are just guarding the approaches. They're not the units that are going to attack. It would appear that... Well, wait. What? These units just vanished. Hideyoshi is going to be involved. Kicho seems to be guarding the flank. Maybe they just backed off when they saw us deploy. That's kind of strange, though. And could lead to me reversing this course and going back to what I was going to do up there, but... No, these guys are moving around. Okay. Doesn't tell me a target for them. No, I think I got the message, and then as soon as I deployed forces, they instantly gave up. This may not go our way up here, actually. I'm going to let this one go for a minute because if you come up and attack from behind, I think we'll have an advantage. No, here they are. We're not seeing their targets because we don't have scouting information, but they're definitely marching, guys. Hideyoshi, Nobunaga himself, and Naramasa Sasa seem to be getting involved. So what do they want to do? March, I could have them besiege Suomori Castle.
Understood.
And see if that causes these guys to back off. They have enough force here. There's defenses in this castle, but it's not fully upgraded or anything like that. It's just there's no road here for us to... We'd have to go past these castles without attacking them. Yeah. Other warlords be messing with my plans.
We will aid you.
I don't know why this video here feels the need to make noise. I use a YouTube video for a timer. It's handy most of the time. Hockey clan was eliminated by Chosakabe clan. See, I don't know how this one... They've got me outnumbered until they get involved. 24, 2,000... Yeah, I'm not getting those numbers yet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it in time to save that castle, actually. Oh, I forgot. I've got Senehime coming up. She'll help. She should arrive before they can take the castle. She won't probably arrive before they've encircled it. It's getting interesting. Okay, folks. Well, the Oda decided to take the fight to me rather than sitting back and waiting for a slow, choking death, which is pretty much how Nobunaga would do things. So we're going to call it a video in the middle of a combat turn just because we kind of run out of time. But when we come back next time, we'll see the rest of this combat turn through. I might have to slow down my domestic spending because we're not going to be able to wait for the harvest to have to be ready to fight. And we'll see if I can avoid taking a setback loss against the Oda. We're not going to be beaten back heavily by the Oda here. But losing a castle would be a setback I'd like to avoid. It will also hurt the loyalty of my officers because of one of my policies. So let's try not to let that happen next time.